it's March, which is Cerebral Palsy Month. So I thought it wise and good to celebrate a mom who is doing a very amazing and wonderful job. Without much further ado, I think hivyo ndivyo wanasemanga. Hello and welcome. This is the Wanjiku Wanjiru Show. Remember, this is the show where we inspire, we encourage, and we challenge. And yes, as you can see, today I'm seated down. Mmenizoea nikiwa na mehemehe hapa kule huko nje. I'm sitting down. This is going to be our first sit-down interview. We are speaking with a lady that is close to my heart. Let me introduce you to... Hi, Mama.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell us your name.
My name is Monica Oidera. Yeah, a mother, a wife, a sister, a friend.
Yes.
Yes, all in one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as I said, we are speaking about Celebral Palsy Month. What is Celebral Palsy?
From my understanding, it is brain damage that is caused during pregnancy, during birth, or after birth.
From you as a parent, how has the journey been? And I want us to start from your pregnancy journey. How was it?
His name is Fadhili. I named him because he's just full of goodness and mercy from God. The pregnancy was not easy. It was tough because I had issues with low blood pressure, hypertension. And then I had issues also with when I was 7 months pregnant, I started having amniotic fluid leakage, from my gyna. And so I was on some strong medications until maybe 8 months, like just a span of 3 or 4 weeks. And so after another scan, my doctor told me we had to induce labor. My labor was induced, but it failed 3 days. Yeah, the induction failed after 3 days, which now led to emergency cesarean section. This the cerebral palsy thing happened maybe during the 3 days I was in hard labor, and it was really bad. It was traumatic, and after the C-section, the baby was not breathing well. I was, because of CS now, I was not being able to go and see him.
So 3 days after the CS, now you strong, you get to meet your baby.
Yes.
And how was the feeling after that horror of 3 days of labor?
You know, I was so excited because it was a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
I know for him, I think I was still traumatized or something, because I used to tell her, Mom, you just tell me whether my son is alive or not. Feature. Just tell me, I'll accept. And she got hurt. She would go and take photos and come and show me he's here, he's breathing. Just take it easy. Your child will be brought to you. So the feeling was amazing. And I just named him Fadhili.
I can imagine.
Goodness and mercy. Like, what goodness? This is no.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and I was so thankful to God because of that.
So at what point did you know he has cerebral palsy?
Cerebral palsy, you cannot realize it right there and then, but with time. I can remember clearly when Fadhili was 2 weeks old, there was a time he had seizure, right? Like convulsions kind of thing. We were just outside basking, and I got really scared, and we rushed him to the hospital, and the seizures were not there. So the doctor was like, maybe he will be just fine. He didn't have any fevers or anything. But later in life, I came to realize those were very early signs. But it doesn't mean that every child who gets seizures, they have cerebral palsy. No. But for Fadhili, I think that was the very first sign. Yes. He grew up very well, healthy, until it was his time to start his milestones. Took him longer than my firstborn son, but I didn't know those were the first signs. But we went on.
And he grew healthy.
Yes,
and all is well.
yes. Until
Mm-hmm.
he was 1.5 years. I took him to clinic, like just
The random, the normal clinics.
Yes. And the nurse there realized he had flat foot. The child had flat foot, so we started our journey, I think, from there. But I didn't know it was cerebral palsy still. It's just
So
flat
at
foot.
what point did you finally like get the diagnosis with cerebral palsy?
Until he was 5.
5
Yes,
years
until he
old.
was 5 years. You could see his posture was different. You see, sometimes I could remove all his clothes and watch him walk. I could
There's
compare
something-
them. I could compare them. What's wrong with this? What is happening? It was crazy, because every time he grows up, every birthday I could see a different thing. Every birthday, every celebration, I could see something is changing, something is different. And we went to different hospitals. He was in for therapies, but there was no doctor that told me it was cerebral palsy. Fadhili has cerebral palsy is wide. He has spastic CP,
Meaning?
meaning the coordination, the weakness in muscles in coordination, brain and walking and posture and everything, and floppy muscles, floppy muscle tone. So I did my own research. And it came up to be cerebral palsy. So I went to the doctor with the idea, I think this child has cerebral palsy, and he was like, yes, it is. And I was like, okay, is there a cure for CP? And he told me no. Is it going to get worse? I said, probably. No, but there are measures that are taken and treatments to improve his life. So it's something you learn to live with.
Okay. At what did that mean, like processing part?
First I was in denial. And I went deeper into spirituality.
Oh yes, trying to look for answers.
Yes. I thank God I had a very supportive system, which is still around. My husband, my mother, my family. But you know, when you're alone,
Yeah.
as a mother, you and that kid,
The battles
I
in
used
your
to
mind.
cry. I used to cry. I used to ask God so many questions. And I was like, is it my mistake? Did I fail? Like, could I have done something better than this? Did I take care of myself well when I was pregnant? Yes.
Probably what I'll ask is, yes, you've spoken about that bit of going spiritual.
Yeah.
We're in Africa, and differently able children are seen differently.
Yeah.
So how was that? Were people talking, and how are you handling that?
Let me tell you something. People talk. Let me sip water.
You need it.
If you don't have a very good support system, close, a lot of mothers living with children with disability, most of them are depressed because of other people and their opinions. Remember a scenario where another lady came up and told me, hey, dawari yako ililipwa. Like, you know, those rites of passage and stuff, like, have you ever considered, like, maybe go visiting your mother-in-law or your mother, ask them about your past things, your ancestors and stuff. Yani, you just can't believe. Sometimes I felt like a failure, you know, as a mother. But the system I'm talking about was always, it's
Kept
not your
you going.
fault. These things happen.
How did you get yourself to now accepting and to even getting to a mental space where you are now, like the way life is right now and the way it was back then?
Reading and researching, and involving myself with parents who also have children with disability, and you see the way they are coping, the way they are dealing with their children. Also went for therapy. Yes, my mother, you know, having just a supportive system that helped. If I cannot change it, I have to accept it.
True.
Just accept it. If you cannot change it, accept. If you can change it, well and good. Just go ahead, do whatever you can. If there are surgeries or medication, or your child is, and when your best is done, then your heart will be content.
Probably as a parting shot as we wind up, there are parents out there with CP kids. and it's overwhelming. So probably your word to such a parent out there.
It is as simple as accepting that this child is my child. He has CP. CP is incurable but manageable. Be strong. And then who did you want God to give that child if it's not you? Unge wish nani apewe.
Yeah.
God gave you that child because he knew very well that you are
can
the one
handle
who can handle that case.
Wow.
You know.
Oh, that's encouraging to hear. And probably to the society out here. What's your word to us?
Society.
Society
I
ni
would like to
sisi.
take a cane nikuje nikiwachapa nyinyi wote. But not all of it. Most, I thank God for my circle. My circle is nice. My friends are okay. Apart from maybe people who don't know me, and some are so judgmental there. Tuache kujudge watu. Just if you find someone, I'm sorry, I'm lacking words. But if you don't have anything positive to say, just don't say anything.
So I want to thank you for your time and even for speaking to us.
Yes.
And the truth is, I always pray for more grace, like more grace to sustain and raise these kids and push them to achieve their destinies, because then,
I really thank God for that.
Wow.
Nampenda sana.
Wow.
My Fadhili.
Ebu sema you love the others.
Oh my
red card.
I know. I love Ryan. Ryan is wonderful. He's also a genius in his own ways. Maybe another time we're going to talk about autism.
Yes.
I love my Amani, my baby girl. She is also fantastic. In fact, she's like a pillar to the two brothers.
Wow.
And for my husband also, he's just amazing.
Wow. There you have it. There you have it, people. We celebrate every parent out there raising a differently abled child. We celebrate you. You are a hero and you're doing an amazing and awesome job. This is the Wanjiku Wanjiru Show. Our first sit down, whichever way you want to call it, that is upon you. It's been great. It's been fun. Thank you for keeping on this channel. Till next time. Bless you.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Adios. Amigos.
Amigos.